To this week, I knew I wanted to watch The Good Dinosaur. I know I wanted to watch The Good Dinosaur because years and years ago, I will not take credit for this joke. Brental Floss did a tweet where he said that there's a reason it's not called The Great Dinosaur. And I maintain that there is a reason it's not called The Great Dinosaur. But to its defense, the first time I watched it, I fell asleep midway, decided that was fate, didn't bother to rewatch it, and just kind of woke up at the end and just said I'd watched it. That's all I remember. I remember passing out watching it. So, in relation to every other, by the time I got to this, agonizingly terrible movie I'd watched up until this point, and following the rest of the movies I watched, comparatively, this is the greatest fucking dinosaur ever. And that's obviously The Good Dinosaur.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so, The Good Dinosaur is yet another one of Pixar's movies, and here, a Pixar movie, and I missed this the first time I watched it, but, the thing with this is it takes place in an alternate history where the meteor that was supposed to hit the Earth doesn't hit the Earth, and so all of the dinosaurs stuck around, and so now they're all anthropomorphized, and this movie is about I think they're brontosauruses, a family of like brontosauruses who are all farmers, and they are harvesting for like the winter or whatever, and it's a family of 5: mom, dad, brother, sister, Arlo. Yeah, 5. And they are all kind of they have this tradition of when you do a really good thing, you leave your mark, and you do that by putting your mark on the silo. And Arlo is a big old coward, and he is tasked with killing any critters that come to steal the food. And a critter comes to steal the food as a human. Little human boy. And Arlo feels guilty and lets the little human boy go. And the dad gets mad and is like, let's go get him. And they chase after him for a while, and there's a huge storm. And they try to go back, and the dad gets washed away by the river. And he dies. Jordan,
That's dark.
Is any of this ringing a bell?
I remember the silo. I remember there being a river, and I remember there being farmers who are T-Rexes.
Yes. So yeah, I was impressed that the dad dies, and spoiler alert, stays dead. Like it's not like I was fully expecting it to turn out that when he got washed away that he got lost. I was fully expecting him to come back at the end. No, the dad stays dead the whole movie. And so yeah, Arlo, commits to helping the mom with the harvest or whatever, and he gets like the little human comes back, and
they all live happily ever after.
He chases after him, and him and the little human boy who he named Spot get washed away, and he and Spot kind of start to bond. And it's weird because Arlo treats him not like a friend, but more like a dog, like a little pet.
Like a pet.
And it's there. This movie is a Western at its core. It's got the same structure as a Western. It's very similar to many Westerns I've seen, where it's about a guy who gets lost and has to get back home to his family. There's several There's a character. Jordan mentioned it later on. At a point, he meets a family of T-Rexes, and I really appreciated how the T-Rexes got to have personalities. And they're really funny. They're ranchers who they ranch longhorn, like yaks or whatever, and they
I
run.
seem to remember them having like Texan
Texan, yeah,
accents,
one
but
of them voiced by Tom Elliott or Sam
maybe
Elliott.
I'm maybe I'm remembering wrong.
You remember the stranger from The Big Lebowski, Dude
Mm,
Abides, guy with the
Yes,
mustache.
yes. He's also in Ghost
So,
Rider.
so yeah, he's one of the T Rexes, and they run like
Mm.
they run like they're riding a horse, and it's really
That's
funny.
We gotta drive this herd down south.
You hurry on back to your mama and don't stop for nothing. Thanks! I sure appreciate you looking out for me.
You'll be all right.
It's really funny the way they run. They gallop like they're riding a horse.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, I never realized it was a Western. That explains why it's so boring.
Yeah, it's really
Um,
slow and like there's long scenes of them just walking. That's just
yeah.
really dry. Like I get why this like kids didn't jive with this because it's really
You have to love
slow and
you have to love a
thoughtful and-
Western.
yeah. Its pacing is really slow and sluggish at times. We're like, oh, this is kind of a slog. But the characters are really fun. The relationship between Arlo and Spot is really interesting. At a certain point, they've run into a family that he ends up leaving Arlo or Spot with, and their relationship is kind of weird because he's a human and he's treating him like a dog. So that is kind of weird. Oh, my one thing about it is, I think it's one of those movies that it went through a lot of rewrites and a lot of changes over the years, and it apparently was darker at first. And I think it would have maybe been more interesting if he wasn't like a four-legged dinosaur, and if he was more anthropomorphic, like more upright walking lizard person dinosaur. And because the concept that there really isn't any reason to have the bit where it's the asteroid misses the Earth, and it's you can just be like Land Before Time doesn't feel the need to explain why the dinosaurs can talk, or like you could just have it where it's just this movie, suspend your disbelief, humans and dinosaurs live at the same time. It's a kids movie. Like if you're gonna have that,
you could have ice staged it.
right? Yeah, Ice Age is another great example. Yeah, where it's like, yeah, you didn't really need to explain this in the narrative, and if you are, it just feels like you didn't really do anything all that interesting with it. Like, yeah, I think this would have been much more interesting if the humans were a bit more evolved. But also, I was kind of getting into it by the end of it, and I was like, you know what? It is kind of a shame.
Especially because like you could have with the cave people, there is precedent for there being like, I mean, the one that I watched last week where they are technically cave people and they talk.
Right.
Like you can have them be cave people and just have them be you can have them be stupid.
Right.
Be stupid.
Right.
Like he's an idiot. You can make him. You could use that as an excuse to like make a joke where the anthropomorphic character is like a dude bro or like a surfer dude vibe or whatever, and make him stupid.
But and the end is sufficiently like when they break up and they leave and he leaves them behind. It is sad. It's very sad. But when I watched it, I was kind of getting into it. I'm like, you know what? This isn't bad. This isn't as bad as I remember it being. This is way better than I remember it being. But I was kind of disappointed they didn't do better, because I was like, you know what? I kind of would dig a sequel to this. You do a sequel where do a time skip. It's like, I don't know, 10 years later. And Arlo is now an adult with his own family, and he runs into Spot again, who's now an adult, and have it be where they reconnect as adults. I think that would have been really interesting, and it felt like maybe that's where they were going with this if this had done better, because it definitely has that vibe of like they thought this was going to be a franchise.
You know what kind of surprises me on the subject of aging up dinosaurs? I'm kind of surprised they never did like a special or like a special like DVD version or whatever, where like you had an older Littlefoot and the gang, and they were like in their like preteen, like an all grown up kind of thing.
They never time skipped that franchise. I don't know why. I know
like
why.
how they had that episode of Rugrats where they did the all grown up,
Yeah,
and they used that as a backdoor pilot or whatever. I'm surprised we never got something
I
like
know,
that.
right?
Like,
But anyway,
with Land Before Time.
I stand by it. There's a reason why it's not called The Great Dinosaur. There's a reason why.
There's a reason.
The reason why there wasn't a Good Dinosaur 2 and 3.
And the reason is because it was boring as shit.
Because it really, there's moments it really drags in the middle. It sags quite a bit.
Especially when you remember that this is a movie for like 6 or 7 years old.
I remember me and you, we sat and we watched it.
If I, as an adult, am finding it boring and can't pay attention to it, I don't expect them to.
I just remember we both passed out watching it. We conked out, fell asleep.
Because it was boring.
It was. It really does quite drag.
We were probably drinking at the time too.
I honestly don't remember. I just remember both of us waking up and it being the ending bit where he's walking back to his family finally, and us both being like, "We got the gist." Hey there, everybody. It's NCard Justin here. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think? Is it the good dinosaur? Is it the great dinosaur? Is it the alright dinosaur? You let me know what you think down in the comments down below. But in the meantime, if you would like to see our full dinosaur special, you click the box on the left. Or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, you click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out every single day on this channel. Or you can just leave us a like. That helps too. We will see you all in the next video.